youngest son.
Do you want
The
this
family's had trials and tribulations this week, so this part of the thing is going to be fun, laughter, and hopefully she doesn't get really mad and the lightning bolt come down there. So I talked to a lot of the family and got one word expressions for to describe my mother. So I'm going to go through them. So Mavis term, wife, mother, grandmother, great grandmother, granny, passionate, stubborn.
And Mom, that wasn't mine.
Mom, that wasn't mine. Witty, strong, lucky, crafty, a hero, kind, a rock, fun, firecracker, bossy, spicy, argumentative, nice one, Mike. Feisty, wonderful, amazing, funny, frugal, caring, a model, I didn't know, noteworthy, inspiring. So when I was growing up, I wasn't really scared of anybody. I wasn't scared of my teachers. I wasn't scared of principals. I wasn't even scared of the police. But when any of them said to me, "Okay, Jamie, now it's time we're going to call your mother," I folded like a cheap card table. One time back in high school, a couple buddies and I decided to skip out of school and go to the arcade. Because we had a substitute teacher, and everybody knows that substitute teachers never take proper attendance. So we had to jaywalk across 3rd Avenue, and I remember one of my friends saying, "Okay, we're going to go after the white car." I'm thinking in my head, you know, that's funny, my mom drives a white car. So as we ran across 3rd Avenue, this white car skidded to a halt. Mavis jumps out of the car, and well, you could feel the shockwave in Vancouver. And to make a long story short, she had us back in school before the late bell rang. Oh. And then I got liver and onions for supper. That was the way Mavis kind of handled stuff in the usual situations. And so I ate liver and onions a lot. And then over the years, something strange happened. My youngest daughter loves food, as long as it's not green. So, like all parents, we bribed, bartered, begged to get her to eat her vegetables. I remember one visit to Granny and Papa's. She was 3-year-old. She was sitting in the high chair with her cute little pigtails and a little smile. And I remember thinking, wow, I sat in that exact high chair not 30 years ago. And she was rolling the Brussels sprouts around her plate. I was thinking, you know, little girl, you do not know the awesome power you're about to unleash upon yourself. And then it happened. Mavis stood up and said, "Dear, you don't have to eat that. How about some ice cream instead?" Ice cream? Seriously? Ice cream? So with a bewildered look on my face, my mother comes back to the table with a bowl that has not 1 scoop, not 2 scoops, but 3 scoops of ice cream. And she looks at me with a smile and she said, "Oh dear, that's not my job anymore, that's yours." Mavis always enjoyed hearing about the trials and tribulations of all her grandchildren. From soccer, dance, ballet, hockey, music, to all life's little precious moments. So to her grandchildren, I can only say this: keep her in your hearts, because that's where she lives now. Mavis and Peter raised their children to be independent, chase their dreams wherever they may take them. So unfortunately, that took us all a fair distance away. Although the distance were far, Mavis always was still influential, supportive, and involved with everyone. even though she thought some of the locations we lived in were equivalent to the armpit of the world. Finally, I'd like to recognize a few people. Deb and Gary Cook and Linda and Jerry Fox. You guys have been instrumental in the daily support and assistance for Mom and Dad, because we are not here and you guys are. From doctor visits, appointments, showing them around from town, and I'm sure the odd happy hour. From all of us, we thank you for all you have done and all you continue to do. So we're gonna play with fire, and we're gonna try and do this slideshow. Now, if anybody remembers my mom very well, most of the pictures look like this. So this was the hardest slideshow I've ever had to do, and not because it was difficult, but because we had so many problems. So we all decided that Mavis has been trying to sabotage this from the very get-go. So I expect a power outage, but we're gonna let it ride and see what happens.